What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle 4. I decided I was going to do a two-parter. I actually like this game a lot, so I figured I'd give it a little bit more sunshine. Let it see some more daylight so that people could be aware of this title that's coming out. And this is one of those games that's, like, infinitely expandable, too. Like, once the game gets developing and whatnot, like, there's no end to the amount of units and, like, randomness and, like, buildings and stuff like that you could add to the game to make it more and more complicated. That combined with the fact that you can play it online, I can see this game doing pretty well. It's a fun little title. I really sincerely do think so. So welcome back to Weekly Indie Newcomer. This game is called Antihero, where we left off in the previous episode. Where we had left off, we were doing okay at driving back the enemy. They had an early game lead. They have taken a little bit. If you don't understand the mechanics of the game, what I'm explaining right now, go watch the first episode. I explain it there. They do have some blackmail against us, but aside from that, they haven't really made any super positive strides in the neighborhood, so I think we're gonna be okay. However, let's not rest on our laurels. This is a violent business that we're in right now, and if somebody tries to walk down the wrong street, sometimes you gotta be like, you what, mate? You what? Like, sometimes you just gotta go off on them. You gotta get it real. Like, oh, what, mate? Is you looking to get turned over, mate? Is you? Like, you just gotta let them know what's gonna happen. You gotta turn those bitches over. It's rough out here in the field. It's the hood. The streets are made of cobblestone. But you know, they're also lined with blood. So if all of you are ready, let's get back into it. I think this turn has mostly resolved itself. We do have an assassination target over there. If we kill the assassination target, that gives us a victory point. The enemy has not done that yet, and so it's perfectly available for us to do if we so desire. It's kind of a side objective, though. The enemy doesn't really have the DPS to kill it right now. I may try to confine them to their neighborhoods. I may spawn a bunch of thugs and just block all these roads right here so they can't do, like, dick for the next couple turns. But I do need to get some scouting done, too. Did I already take my charity for the day? I already took my charity. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and submit our turn, and we will see what the enemy does here. If I have to, I will spend all of my turns just sitting around and robbing stuff. I'm hoping they don't run out my... One of the most expensive things they can do is they can run out my urchin right there. Oh, really? He's got a bribe, too. So you can convert, if you've got, like, a ton of stuff researched, you can convert your research points into bribes in order to fill out your victory points as well. It is an option, and it's a thing that you can get after. I don't like the thuggish nature of what they're trying to pull right now. Oh, he's actually decided to play the game now. Okay. He's forcing me to go full offense. I have to, otherwise he'll get ahead in the arms race. That's fine. That's cool. So what we want to do right now is we're going to take Longfinger, we're going to stab him, we're going to bring our thug around and smack him for, like, a huge bonus in gold. So let's go ahead and attack him with our knife, so that's 2 damage done right there. I am going to use the remainder of our time to scout this street right here. I'm going to burgle that house so that I get... So there it is. They can also produce thugs for very, very cheap. We are going to have to focus on ousting them then. We're going to attack them for the cash. Whack. There it goes. That should give us a nice solid 4 gold coins, which we didn't have access to previously. I'm going to raise his damage up so that he becomes even more difficult to resist. Oh, he's got a meat cleaver now. How delightfully terrifying. So the police are guarding that estate. Okay, I can live with that. They are closing in on us, though. I would like it if they made it so that the police don't just act as roadblocks. I'd like it if the police actually... They would attack, basically, anybody that shared a street with them. Made it dangerous to end your turn in certain spots. So if, like, let's say there was an enemy right here, I could leave him right there. But at the end of both of our turns, the cops will attack whoever they see on the street, and they can attack once per, every 2 turns. So basically the cops would get a turn at the end of our turns, and they would attack for 1 damage whoever was on the street with them. That would add pressure to both sides, because right now there's unadulterated conflict in between the 2 sides. We just keep going after each other over and over and over again, and there's no real reason to worry about the police. That would make the police a force to kind of be reckoned with. It would make them also a strategic object where if you can whack the enemy in such a way where it leaves them exposed on one street but you not, there would be moments where you would definitely want to attack the police versus attacking another thug, so on and so forth, and you would have to make that call based on, just strategery. A truly malicious thief can attack once per turn for 3 damage. I like that. Yes, I will take that. Sure, sounds great. The enemy does have a strong lead right now, and that does concern me. But the enemy isn't really going to be able to play the game for much longer because he's playing a losing proposition right now. Basically, he's going toe-to-toe with me over cash, and it's not going to work. What I need now is I need to start eliminating cops. There are just way too many police in my neighborhood, and they've got to go. So we'll start... Well, if I can work around them, I would prefer to scout, too. Burgle that house, get something out of it. I would rather kill the cops on my side of town rather than the cops on his side of town. Ah, we've got a church right there, too, although we don't know what's inside of it. You, sir, make yourself stronger and free up our streets a little bit. That'll also be a nice little injection of cash, too. We got the gold per kill. Upgrade his damage one more time. I don't know what he gets. Oh, he gets like a... What is that? I can't see what he has. He's behind a building. Wonder if it's like a... It looks like he's holding like a bat or something in his hands. Maybe an axe haft would make sense as well. So for our urchins, our goals now... I'll scout that on the next turn. We'll start putting urchins in there because I am kind of cash hungry at the moment. We'll go through a lot of cash per turn. We can do a second to bribe if we wanted to get into there. The sisters, we can unlock an assassin who kills any enemy. Not bad. We can also steal a masterpiece, which will burgle art for 2 lanterns. Okay. Make our thugs a little bit stronger. We can burgle buildings a little bit more efficiently. I'm going to take the gold for right now because I have a strategy here. I've told you before, we're going to hit this game running at one point. We're just going to spawn a ton of units and we're going to take over everything in like one turn. But now is not that turn. Now is not that turn. Lanterns continue to stack on up. Very, very nice. And they've got us barricaded nicely on that corner. Stolen a masterpiece for some extra research. Okay. Oh, he's going to stab my thug. Oh, no. So he paid for an assassin. And I guess that would be the counter to one team having ridiculously strong gangs. That would be the counter. I was waiting to see what it was. Okay. Alright. That's the counter. Damn, that sucks, because I was going to use that thug on the next turn to start kicking these guys out. That's rough. That's really, really rough. Okay, well, we'll use suicide gangs for right now. We'll just use cheap, lame gangs, basically, to run up in here. I bet they're bombed anyways. Oh, they're not? Okay. So we'll start throwing them out of the clubs. And in order to do that, we'll make his eviction skills stronger, since that's all I'm going to use him for anyways. On this side, we're going to kill that thug to generate some cash. We're going to scout there. We're going to scout the bitter end church just to see what happens. Okay. Looks about right to me. I can potentially... I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. What do I have with regards to my upgrade options? I can buy the second bribe to kind of even out. I think I'm going to have to play the assassin at some point. So let's do that now rather than later.
Let's do it.
Okay. And I think that's pretty much all the scout does. It allows you to pay a bunch of money to whack somebody on their team because that's actually pretty expensive. Probably not the best usage of my cash, but it was a freebie and it kind of alleviated the pressure of them having a unit with attack advantages out before we did.
What? Right away.
Go ahead and infiltrate the orphanage. Urchin costs are down now, which is actually pretty good too. I think that will work out in the long run for us. I may want to focus on that though too here.
What? Oi.
How many urchins can I get out here?
Right away. I'm here. All right then.
Okay, so now we're up to that right there. I'd like to keep urchin costs down if I can. This map is so open and free-flowing that I don't think the thug is really going to be super useful to us. The thugs are used for blocking roads, but there's so many ways around various areas that I don't think it's going to matter. I think we'll probably be okay. Give me a couple of thugs. We're going to beef up this gang. Because in either case, if you think about it, the assassin is really, really expensive, and that forces the opponent to use his cash on something to kill a strong gang that otherwise he probably wouldn't want to do. So let's keep him up and running. We're going to start evicting urchins in the next turn, too, and really sort of messing with their lives. We're getting a lot of research done as well, so we should be able to start out-bribing our opponent as well. So that's the stab out. Still spending cash on urchins. Alright. He just scouted us over there. Okay, sounds about right. So with what we have... Oh, we can get a second gang? I didn't even know that was an option. Oh, wow. We should definitely get a second gang then. I'm going to start working towards second gang. I didn't even see that as an upgrade, so that's something that I want very, very badly. Go ahead and scout the bank for me, please. And so I'm going to start putting urchins in there to generate more cash. This is one of those turns where I feel like burgling is probably in my best interest.
Yeah.
Go ahead and evict them out of there, too. We want to start hurting his operation as much as possible. So 2 urchins are now out. That gives us eviction 3. I'm going to go after that one on the next turn if he doesn't assassinate me, which I don't think he will because he doesn't have the money to do so. He's going to have to come in hard if he wants that to be the way that it gets played, basically. He's got 2 APs left and I need cash. Burgle some estates. Oh, there's a cop there. That sucks. Alright, well, a little bit of cash from that location then. It's not a lot, but it's something. In addition, now that we've flopped that,
Hello.
I'm going to need another urchin.
I'm on it.
And we're going to start taking this from him, too. There it is. So now our thug costs are down, which means I can reinforce his health for, like, pennies on the dollar, basically. We should actually rapidly start outrunning him at this point in the race, I think. The hell is that?
Right this way, children.
What was that? Oh, so there's also a nuclear option for getting rid of urchins, too. Although I have to imagine it had to have been expensive for him. Although it hurt me way more than it hurt him, I'll be fair. It hurt me like ridiculous quantities more than it hurt him. Fine, go mess with his church then. Ugh. Shit on me. Not good. I'm gonna have to spend this whole turn burgling because we need the cash. Little bit right there.
Is that all?
So that got us up to 7. I'm also going to take charity on this turn. Because I need to ensure...
Okay.
that gang does not go down in the next couple turns. In addition... we need to start looking after our assets as well and start booby-trapping things the same way that he is. I'm assuming, oh, it's a truant officer. Evicts all urchins from a business, one-time use. Okay. Alright. He can reveal districts, too, when he's booby-trapping stuff. Might be worth it. I'll think about it. Let me get another couple urchins.
Let's go. All right then.
we are going to put them on the bank because we need the money badly.
Right away.
Like, I don't think I can express properly how badly we need that cash now.
Hello. Right away.
There we go. So we're pickpocketing the shit out of that location right now to make up for the fact that we're not generating research anymore. Cool. Go forth, my little criminal children. Take from the enemy until there is nothing left. Steal, steal like the wind. Steals warmth from my unjacketed body, I guess. I don't know. I had to come up with some way that, like, that actually mattered and made sense, because the wind doesn't steal, does it really? I don't feel like it does. I'm gonna get this dude hard on this turn. I don't think he spent money on a saboteur, which means that he's losing his church now. Oh my god, he set another trap? You've got to be kidding me. He's spending like all of his money on every turn just setting traps on that location. And it doesn't matter because he gets the money back. Oh my god, I didn't realize I was getting pickpocketed when it happened too. So he's actually paying like nothing in order to just get me over and over and over again. Oh. There's got to be a better way around that. That I just don't know about, basically. Yeah, burgle over here. There's a church right there, too. Alright, let's get a little bit of cash. Because I've got a feeling he's going to try and pull that shit. Although he hasn't been really aggressive with my urchins, has he? He really hasn't. I think what I'm going to start doing is using him.
Okay.
Yeah, reinforce the gang, I guess.
Okay.
And then over here, we're going to use that to get 4 gold. I will use... I could use thugs to mess with his life really, really hardcore. Because I can get thugs dirt cheap, like dirt nasty cheap, pretty soon.
Oi. What? What?
I'm going to go ahead and sit them on this church first, though.
Course.
There we go. So now we got a little bit more cash coming in. And while the board is rotated slightly, it's not as bad as it could be. We get blackmail from the church if we get 3 urchins inside that building, so on the next turn we should have our first victory point. And we should start taking something back from him. He's going to keep on stabbing over there. He spent money on something. 3 gold, so he probably booby-trapped it again. Would be my estimate. So let's take a I'm going to take a couple of turns. And maybe just mess with his thugs. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
I am here.
So what I need to happen now, Longfinger, go handle him before he becomes a bigger issue. And then burgle as many houses as you can on this turn because we need the money.
On it. Ah, for me.
Perfect. So that gets us a little bit closer. But we need to outrun the financial race here. I've wasted a couple turns, and I could have been leveling him up just whacking cops, basically. Oh, there's a 1 HP cop right there. That was stupid of me. Alright, well, let's solidify this victory real fast. So there's our first victory point right there. We've got blackmail. So we add that to the list. The church is leveled up, and that's good to go. Technically, all of his units spawn from right here, so I could put a thug here and a thug here, and he wouldn't be able to do shit for, like, a couple of turns. I'm gonna try it. Just to make him miserable.
Okay.
Technically, there's a cop at the end of the street, too, so... Wonder what happens if I plug their spawn with a thug. I probably should have put him right there, but... eh. Take the gold, please. Unless you really want a second gang. Yeah, let's get a second gang. That sounds good to me. You guys go rough up some... Yeah, I had a feeling. Eventually, though, he's not going to be able to keep up with the cost of booby-trapping everything in town. Like, it's just not going to be possible. Ideally, I should only hit those locations when I have no money in the wallet, too. There we go. So he had to waste his attack. Oh, really? He's delivered the second bribe. I guess that does make sense.
For me.
See, I feel like I'm winning, but I'm losing at the same time. Like, I feel like I always have better resources than him. I always have, like, a better layout on the table than he does, and yet somehow he almost always comes out on top. Kill that guy before he becomes a larger issue. Already burgled. Now I gotta decide whether or not it's worth it.
Let's go.
He's getting kind of close to victory, too, so I'm thinking maybe... start leveling up a little bit. Give him extra damage so that he hits a little bit harder. We'll start focusing a little bit more aggressively on the police, too.
What's that?
I do need the truant officer. I think the truant officer would probably help out here. So art critic. Although that doesn't really help me at this point.
Is that all?
We'll burgle that house. Get a little bit of extra cash to play around with. I will scout that road. Just to see what we got going on. Since we have thugs, put him right there. So he's got to decide which direction he wants to go in. I will spawn another thug. That thug will go inside that gang, just to make him a little bit more robust. Cool. As far as cash flow goes, I do think we're winning, but we need to get him off these research points. There we go. He's forced to waste his attack right there. Now, I don't think he could have booby-trapped everything on his... Nope, he did. Never mind. He's making just enough money. He's booby-trapping stuff. Whether or not he's able to booby-trap everything remains to be seen, but he's doing it. Go ahead and kill that thug. Don't let him level up. I want him gone before he becomes an issue.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
The downside is I've got so much cash now on hand.
Of course.
Get rid of that cop. So that's another knockout. We'll go ahead and give him a little bit of damage, I guess. We'll make one of these guys kind of a fighting bruiser, and we'll make the other one an evicting bruiser. So both of these probably have traps on them. I think the smart idea is just to do our thing right here. Whack who we can. And just stay on point, stay on target, you know what I mean? And I think we'll be alright. Give me a couple of thugs. I will take expert scout, a lantern generator. Yeah, let's start working on some of that too, because we've basically got full control of the map right now. He can't really do a whole lot to us without kind of messing with his own life right now. Because he's out of money. He's still pulling forward on research, but if we don't feed him our cash by hitting locations that are booby-trapped, I don't think he can do anything.
I am here. Yes.
Yeah, he's going to have to steal around the clock, I think, in order to offset what we're trying to do right now. See, so now would be the turn that I think we should go after him. Because that one had a bomb on it, and I think it just sizzled off.
Sure.
Nope, I was wrong. It sizzled off into my face. Hooray. Well, our enemy appears to be a master of the booby trap. So, I don't know what to do now. Everything has booby traps on it, and they all make me sad. I'm going to stab that guy to death for revenge, because it makes me feel better. Every now and again, you just got to murder somebody in cold blood to make yourself feel better. It's the criminal way. This is how we deal with our problems. Some people go by... Oh my god, there's another bomb. Some people... He's taking all of my money. No. That's how he keeps buying bombs. He's blowing me up with bombs bought with my own money from blowing me up with bombs. I gotta change this around a little bit. I gotta move this back in my favor somehow. Otherwise, we ain't never gonna make it. Well, I've got to buy some thugs. So I'll buy a couple of them, and I gotta use them to patch him on up because... his HP is looking a little bit sketchy, and I'd like it to be a tad higher. I never actually verified what the highest HP you can have on a thug is. Never went through and verified that information. I would assume it's probably like 6. I mean, honestly, there's really no point putting that much money into one thug anyways once the assassin is in play, because then they'll just one-shot your... they'll cost you money, because you got to figure that's at least like 14 gold or 13, 12 gold. Invested into a... oh, yeah, let's get them. Yeah. Let's get the truant officers so that we can go and steal their children now. Mwahahaha.
Right this way.
Come along, children. Get inside my cart. I've got candy. He just had the worst turn ever. He blew us up with bombs, and then I came back and stole his children. That's the only way to retaliate after somebody blows you up with bombs. You have to kidnap their children. It's the only way. And then I'll probably put like an orphan on top of... yeah, there we go. Just start replacing some of his holdings. That's enough to set him back pretty considerably with regards to both his research and with regards to like a lot of his other stuff. Basically, that turn hurt him a lot. However, we're basically out of time for right now. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Antihero. I look forward to seeing you all in future episodes. I think we're going to be okay. Lygrave's taking his turn right now. He's probably going to, he's probably going to reclaim some of the stuff that we just knocked over. He upgraded his knife. That's not good. That means he can hit us for 3 now, so I'll have to take that into consideration as well. Oh, I'm glad he didn't take the assassination target. We would have been kind of knocking on heaven's door right there if he'd done that. Okay, well, he did something dumb right there, so he's going to pay for that one. I'm just going to steal that gem out from under him in the next turn. My name is Splattercat. I will see you later. Weekly Indie Newcomer over.